Good afternoon. So this is another episode of today's presentation. So under this topic, we'll be looking under this course. We'll be looking at coordinate geometry, which is a topic in mathematics. Okay. So now coordinate geometry. I mean Earth geometry. So Earth is just a planet. So Earth is just a planet that is about should be second or the third from the sun. Okay, the planet that is about the second or the third from the sun. Okay, so now geometry, this is just a branch of mathematics. Okay, geometry simply means the branch of mathematics that deals with the size and also the areas or the positions of a certain area. Okay, so the topic of our discussion today is under Earth geometry. Okay, so this is an examination topic, so it carries about 6 marks in an exam. Okay, so the question is saying the points K, A, and M are on the surface of the Earth. Okay, are shown in the diagram below. So this is the Earth. Okay, this is the Earth that we have. That's where the topic is coming from. Earth geometry. Okay, so Earth is just a planet that is about third from the sun. Then geometry simply is a branch of mathematics that deals with the size and also the position of the certain area. Okay, so the points K, having K, L, and M, this one are on the surface of the Earth as shown in the diagram below. So take pi, we're going to take pi to be 3.142, and also R, which is our radius, which is going to be 6370, okay, which is in kilometers. Okay, so now the first question, so this is the Earth. So we're having 50 degrees there north, we're also having the 60 degrees there east, 45 degrees there south, we're also having a 30 degrees north west, I mean. Okay, so now there are some things that you need to know under Earth geometry. I don't know why coordinate geometry is all over my mind because I was doing it last night. We just concluded the topic about regarding coordinate geometry last night. So if you haven't yet joined our online tuition center, please do so. Otherwise, you're missing a lot. Okay, so this is the diagram that we are having. Okay, this is our diagram. So we are having these coordinates, this one, and this one. Okay, so now there are some things that you need to know under Earth geometry. Okay, so the first one, we have these lines. Okay, these lines, these ones. Okay, so these lines, so this is the north, this is the south, this is the west, and this is the east. Okay, so you need to know what these lines are. Okay, so these lines, we call them the latitudes. Okay, so these lines that runs from west to east, from west to east, we call them the latitudes. Okay, or in simpler terms, we can say the line that runs from your left hand side to your right hand side, we call them the latitudes. So these are the latitudes. These lines, we call them the latitudes. Very, very much important that whenever you want to come up with the position, say. Okay, we also have the lines that runs from these lines. Okay, yes, I guess they are visible. Okay, we have these lines that runs from north to south. Okay, so now these lines that runs from north to south, we call them, these lines that runs from north to south, we call them the longitude. The longitude. Okay, so the lines that runs from north to south, we call them the longitude. Okay, from the word long. Okay, long. As you can see, these lines, they are longer than these ones. Okay, so that's the reason why they're called the longitudes. Okay, so these lines that runs from west to east, we call them the latitudes. So very, very much important lines whenever you want to come up with the positions there. Okay, so now the first question, let's try and attempt the questions now. Okay, so now the first question is saying find me the difference in longitude. Okay, find me the difference in longitude between K, where is our K, this is our K, and also L. Okay, also find me the difference in longitude. So there is supposed to be the latitude, okay, not the longitude. So since K and L, they are lying on the latitude. Okay, remember what I said about the definition for the latitude. Okay, so this is KL. So here is supposed latitude. So let me just try and change this thing which is z. So these are longitude. Okay, not necessarily the longitude, the difference between so find the difference between the latitudes. So this, from this your west to your east, these are latitudes. Yes, so that's how the question is supposed to be phrased there. So find the difference in latitude between K and L. Okay, so K1 and L, they are lying on the latitude. Then these ones, Vitali, we call them the longitudes. Okay, so that's the reason why I have changed the latitudes. Okay, it's not giving the spelling for latitude. Yes, the latitudes. So these are the latitudes. Okay, so now how do we come up with the difference there between these two points? Now, so it's very much simple. How you come up with the differences there? It's very much simple. Okay, so now let's start first by listing the coordinates for K. Okay, let's start by listing the coordinates for K. So K is equal to, so always whenever you are listing the coordinates for a certain point that you've been given there, you always start with the latitude. Okay, always whenever you are listing the coordinates, you always start with the latitude. So the latitude, these are lines that runs from your east, from your west to your east, or vice versa, or from your east to your west. You can say right or left and right. Okay, so I'm listing the coordinates. So K it's lying on what? On 50 degrees north. Always you start with your latitude. Don't mess up in an exam. You start with the longitude. It will be wrong. Okay. So always you start with the what? The latitude. So latitude is what? 50 degrees east. 50 degrees north. Okay. This is our latitude. What about the longitude? Start line which is 30 degrees west. So these are the points for K. Okay. What about L? L is C. So say L is equal to, L is lying on what? It's also lying on 50 degrees north. 50 degrees north. What about the longitude? L is C. Longitude Z. The longitude for L is this one, which is 60 degrees east, like this. So now these are the points now that we are having. We are having K 50 degrees north and 30 degrees west. L we are having 50 degrees north and also 60 degrees east. Okay. So now are you if you are able to see, they were having a 50 degrees north and also a 50 degrees north. So if you're having these you cancel them. Okay, they are matching. Okay, cancel them. Then you add these ones which are not alike. Okay, these ones which are not alike, you add them. That's the rule. That's the rule which is there. Okay, so add the 30 plus the 60. I'll come up with 90 degrees. So the difference between K and L is what? It's 90. Okay, 90 degrees. Okay, so that's the difference which is there between K and L. So our answer here, first question number 1, our answer is 90. Okay, so that's how you come up with the differences there. So it's very much important points that you need to put in mind as you are coming up with the points of the certain coordinates that you're finding there. Okay. Just try and raise these now. Okay, so that's how you come up with the differences in latitudes there. Okay, then we move on to the second question. Okay, we move on to the second question. So the second question is saying find in kilometers the distance LM, this distance. Okay, the distance LM. So now under this coordinate geometry, that formula for distance, which is like speed d is equal to distance over time, like this, and then you make your d the subject of the formula, which you're going to have st. This formula here is it's not applicable. Okay, because here we don't have the time, we also don't have the speed, so it's very much difficult, like, for us to come up with the distance. Okay, so under coordinate geometry, there are 3 important formulas that we need to know. Okay, under coordinate geometry, there are three major important formulas that you and I need to know. Okay, so these formulas, they are not provided for you, they are not given to you in an exam. It's you now to come up with them. So the formula for distance, whenever you are looking at the latitude, is different from the formulas if you are looking at if you are looking at the if you are looking at them from the from the longitudes. It's very much different. There is a very big difference which is there. Okay, so let's start with the latitude. Okay, so formula for distance, always whenever you are looking at the latitude, from the latitude side you say distance. Okay. So these are the important formulas that I just want to share with you. Okay, so distance in latitude. So the distance in latitude, the formula is theta over 360 times 2 pi r cos x. Okay, so this is the formula for distance. Okay, whereby this angle here, it represents the position, the difference in position, like the way we came up with the difference here 90. Okay, that's the meaning of this angle here. This pi is the pi that we've been given here. This r is the r that we've been given here. So now in kilometer we use this one. Okay, in kilometer we use this one, but in nautical miles we use 3437. So always you'll be guided by the statement. Okay, always you'll be guided by the statement, whether you put it in kilometer or you put it in nautical miles, you'll be guided by what the statement is saying. But here we've been guided saying that we find it in what? In kilometer. Then we're having here our guides in kilometer. We should use what? 6370. Okay, that is our guide there. Okay, so this is our formula. Then also the formula for longitudes. So the formula for longitude, we use over 360 times 2 pi r. Okay, so this is our formula for longitude. The theta over 360 times 2 pi r. Okay, so this is our formula for longitude. We also have this one. So this one is for if you've not been given the coordinates. Okay, if we've not been given the coordinates, this is the formula that we're supposed to use. Don't worry, I'll show you how each one of these formulas is applicable. Okay, it's very simple. It's very simple. Let's start with the first one. Okay, so those are the formulas that you need to know. So this is just an intro to Earth geometry. This is just an intro to Earth geometry. As time goes on, we'll be solving a lot of different questions. Okay, we'll be solving a lot of questions for easy understanding and also for the preparation of the 2024 GCE paper. Okay, so finding kilometers, the distance LM. Okay, what are we finding? The distance LM. So you check your LM is falling on what? Is it falling on the latitude or it's falling on the longitude? Okay, so you check LM is falling on what? The longitude. Okay, this one, this line here. So LM is falling on what? The longitude. Okay, so L, you say let's first find the difference here. So always whenever you are finding the distance, it's very much important that you first come up with the difference between those 2 points that you've been given. Okay, it's very much important. So if you don't find the difference which is there, it becomes very much difficult, like, for you to solve the question, and there is a greater possibility and also the probability of you getting the question wrong is 80%. All right, let's get started. Okay, so let's find the difference there. L is falling on what? 50 degrees north. 50 degrees north. What about the longitude? Is falling on what? 60 degrees east. Okay, let's go to M. M is falling on what? 45 degrees. 45 degrees south. And also what the longitude is? It's 60, right? 60 degrees east. So this and this bapalana, bapalana, so they cancel. Even if it's bapalana, so we add these. Okay, so 50 plus 45, we're going to have 95. Okay, so the angle here is 95 degrees. So this is the theta that we are going to use. Okay, this is the theta that we are going to use. Okay, so now what's our formula? Since this is the longitude, So our formula for longitude distance is theta over 360 times 2 pi r. So this is our formula. Okay, this is our formula. Okay, now we do what? We replace. We say and this is the angle that we found. It's going to be 95 over 360 times 2 times what's our pi? Our pi is here we've been given, which is 3.142 times r. What's our r? The statement is saying we use 6370. Okay, 6370. Okay, so here now we compute. Okay, we now compute these. Okay, we now compute these. You get your calculator. So it's very much important that always, whenever you are looking at mathematics paper 2, it's allowed, it's legal for you to be with a calculator in an exam. If you don't go with a calculator, yes, it becomes a disaster. Okay, so I will say 95 times 2 times 3.142 times 6370 divided by 360. So if you compute it, it's going to give you something like you're going to have something like 10,563.22944. I'll take that again. If you compute those numbers there, you're going to have this. You're going to have this 10 point 563.22944.